Hey, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Appreciate it as always. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Hey, we're gonna have a little fun. We have a new ESPN ranking out for WNBA players, projected ranking for 2025 of the entire WNBA, just ranking the players. And as you can see, surprise to no one, ESPN under fire over Angel Reese ranking. So this now look, I want to clarify something and I want to dig into this a little more because I think and it's one of the reasons I did the video is from what I've seen, people are kind of glossing over this, but this is not a ranking of, say, me ranking players or a panel of sports media or however you want to put it, where they just rank players based on who they think is better. This is based on numbers and it is a fantasy ranking. In other words, points produced specifically via these fantasy rules. Okay? So I want to make that clear. And the rules that they have, how they're doing it, the settings are 1 point for a point scored, 1 point for an assist, 1 point for a rebound, a bonus point for making a three-pointer, and then 2 points each for blocks and steals. And there's so many different ways you could get into fantasy points and how you want to do it in the sport, from simple to complex, and use advanced metrics and all that. And just off the top of my head, don't really like this ranking. I can see how it would benefit someone like Angel Reese a little more. For example, Caitlin Clark, the best, or was it maybe second best finisher at the rim percentage wise, broke when they break it down in her height category, but one of the best. So Caitlin Clark drives to the basket, makes her layup, she gets 2 points in the fantasy points. Angel Reese flings the ball at the basket, misses, grabs the rebound, flings the ball at the basket, hits nothing but the backboard, gets the rebound, makes a bucket, gets 4 points, two for the basket, and then one for each rebound. And you've got rebounds equaling assists and equaling points, and twice as much value placed on a block and a steal as you do a point and assist, which is actually kind of wild. But I just wanted to make that clear there, or how we're getting this. Angel Reese, of course, was first in the league in rebounds, average 13.1, averaged 13.6 points, 13.1 rebounds, 1.9 assists, 1.3 steals, half a block per game. I did not know that the blocks were that high for her. But here you go with top 10: Asia Wilson, Caitlin Clark, Brianna Stewart, Nafisa Collier, Alyssa Thomas, Enrique. I always mess up her last name. Always mess up her last name. Sabrina, Jonquel, Jewel, and Kelsey, and then Angel Reese is actually number 12. But I'm going to dig into that a little more. We will get to that. But I just want to get to some of the comments. Bro, I'm better than Angel Reese. Reese too high. Angel Reese being 12th ranked is disrespectful to literally every woman in the WNBA. She's easily top 300, but not 12th. If Angel Reese is number 12, how bad are the people behind her? Angel Reese is closer to 1,200 than 12. There's not a single world where Angel Reese is better than Satu, referring to Satu Sabali, who was number 14 on the list. Now, what's interesting though, I want to bring you over to the list, okay? Because they're talking about the projections. They're talking about the projected list. So what I want to look at first is, here is that projected list. Okay, which I just went over. There you see Aaliyah Boston's at 11, Angel Reese is at 12, and you can see the players that she's ahead of. Gwumike, Sabali, Copper, Young, Diggins Smith, Tina Charles, Ryan Howard, Hamby, Alicia Gray, Kelsey Mitchell, all the way down to 23, Mabry, Bonner. Now, this is wild, folks. This is wild. Now, this is the projection for next year. But This is and it can get really, really complex. It's all started with, sabermetrics and baseball in terms of taking what a player's done and, looking at their career and assigning values, including age and how and it can get crazy. But what's interesting is this is a projection for next year, okay? And this is also why I wanted to do this because you have Nalyssa Smith right behind Duana Bonner, only 4 spots behind Kelsey Mitchell, ahead of Natasha Howard. Nalyssa Smith is right between Duana Bonner and Natasha Howard. And Nalyssa Smith is 26, folks. Do you realize that means she would just on the ranking, if it now it can't be like that because of positions and all that, but if just by the ranking, she's just missing making the All-Star team next year, right? Ahead of Cloud, Brittany Sykes, Jackson, Chelsea Gray, all the way down at 38. Courtney Vandersloot, Taurasi, I don't think is going to be playing. Camila Cardoso projected all the way down at 42. Dejanay all the way down at 44, and the list goes on. But again, I got to put it. I actually kind of me got off my butt and did this one a little more for to show you the Bonner Smith Howard than uh to hate on Angel Reese. But if we go up, we can see this is last season's. Just so you know, so this is last season. Based on those numbers I gave you, this is what actually happened. You had Wilson and Clark 1-2. Enrique and Brianna Stewart, Nafisa Collier. Hamby was all the way up there. Enescu, Jonquel Jones, Alyssa Thomas, Aaliyah Boston, right? But look where if I can find her now, you can see Nalyssa Smith was in reality this year. Nalyssa Smith was ahead of Kennedy Carter. You got that Ben Daniel podcast? Nalyssa Smith was ahead of Kennedy Carter and ahead of Rakia Jackson and ahead of Natasha Howard. Wow. Uh, and ahead of Sophie Cunningham. But somewhere on here, and I've passed it by. There it is. I I had counted this. Oh man, I lost what I counted, but Angel Reese is down here. I think 20 something. I forget what it is. We can see she's a lot further down than she was, just behind Kelsey Plum, than she is projected. So they're projecting her to be even better next year. Better. Now, for those any of you watching Unrivaled, you kind of wonder about that a little bit. But I also wanted to so this is the breakdown. Okay, this is the ranking that everyone's talking about with the breakdown here for projections. And if you see, I don't know if you can see it, they made it so tiny. But anyway, I don't want to rattle them all off, but just to give you an idea, right? They like broke it down in detail. They didn't just say, well, we think Asia Wilson's going to have this number of fantasy points, right? They've got her what her field goal percentage is, how many minutes they think she's going to average, free throw percentage, like the whole deal. They've dropped her from 11.9 rebounds last year to projected to 10.4 this year. But anyway, so Wilson, Clark, there it is, Stewart, Collier, Thomas, and then here you go, Angel Reese, projected to be number 12. Number 12, ahead of Agwumike, ahead of Sabali, ahead of Copper, ahead of Young, Diggins Smith, Ryan Howard, Derica Hamby. Absolutely wild that they have and they have our rebound numbers going up just a little bit. Field goal percentage going up. I'm not seeing that, but who knows? So they project her to have a lot more points than she did last year. But I want to know what you all now to be clear, again, this is based on those fantasy points, and I gave you what it is. You've got a rebound, and that I think is the core reason why Angel Reese is so high is you have that rebound number equaling what you would get for points, what you would get for assists. It's weird that you've got steals and blocks that are double what points are. Uh, I mean, they all impact the game, but if you're going for with a simple system like that, that's a little odd. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What you think of this ranking, and I got to, what do you think of the fact of Nalyssa Smith being at 26 only for Yeah, 26, 27, only 4 spots behind Kelsey Mitchell, 1 behind Bonner, and 1 above Natasha Howard, which I think is kinda wild with everything that's going on and the fact that Bonner and Howard just came to Indiana, and they just got rid of Nalyssa Smith. So let me know what you think about that in the comments below. And let me know what you think about this too. I mean, even for me, even in the fantasy ranking numbers, I think that's wild that they've got Angel Reese at 12. If they were going by this list, she would have been on the Olympic team this year. I mean, Clark would have too, obviously. It would have been different, but still kind of wild. Well, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Appreciate you checking out this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you get a chance. Really do appreciate it. And I will talk to you later.